So a friend and I had actually gone to a wedding of our friends, and her husband actually met online, and they were very successful. They dated for about 2-3 years, and then they got married. And so after the wedding, the girlfriend and I, who had gone to the wedding, actually decided to just try it out. So a week after, or a couple days after the wedding, I decided to sign up. And then from there, my friend was a little hesitant, but after a couple of days of pushing her, I helped her sign up as well. So I was on POF for about a week and a half when I first got the message from Alex. And the messages at the beginning were pretty short and simple. He had actually just said something about, "Hi, how are you?" and something about my smile. So I had replied. And then after that, I've noticed that our conversations got much longer. It became 1 paragraph to 2 paragraphs, 3 paragraphs. It was really easy talking to him. And I noticed we just randomly would just talk about anything. And just from there, it would proceed to other topics. And I just noticed that it took a while for me to answer back to him because we had so many topics within one conversation. So it was really easy talking to him. And then from there, we actually talked for about a couple weeks until he had actually mentioned at the end of his message saying, "Oh, I'm out for the day, so here's my BBM and number." So from there, I put his number in my phone and I messaged him. And then from there, we were off POF and we were texting each other through our phones. And then from there, it was then a couple weeks after that when I had actually was wondering when we were actually going to meet. So I texted him saying something like, "Oh, so when are we going to go out, or when are we going to actually meet?" And then it was a week after that we actually met up. He came to Mississauga from Ajax and we went on our first date. The date went very well. It was a bit awkward at first, but any first date could obviously be like that. And it's been 2.5 years and it's going really well. So from Mississauga to Ajax is about 45 minutes. And so for me, to me, that's pretty long. And I think to anyone else, I tell that the distance it is from his house to my house, 45, to them, it seems pretty long too. And it's got its positive and its negatives. So initially it was scary for me because I'm so bad with directions, but he had actually provided me with dummy instructions on directions how to get to his place. So for a person like me who I don't usually travel a lot, for me to travel all the way to Ajax was a big deal. And well, I did make it there the first day, and it did take about 45 minutes, and it's pretty long. From there, we make it work. We usually see each other only on weekends because of the 45 minutes, and it takes up a lot of time. It's 45 minutes there and 45 minutes there. It's an hour and a half. It takes away from our time together and for us to enjoy other things because of the distance. But we made it work. And from there, it's hard for us to see each other on the weekdays because of the distance. But when we do hang out with each other on the weekend, we appreciate it and we try to do as much things as we can, and we don't find it that negative. We try to find the positive out of it.
I had a friend of mine from high school that had used online dating before and met a girl, and they were going out for a little while, and he said, he had a really positive experience, so I decided to try it out myself. I also, at that point, I kind of exhausted my resources. I didn't have any friends that were single or any co-workers like that. I also didn't really like going out to bars a lot and meeting girls that way, so I thought it's a good idea to try online. You can read a little bit about the girl first and see if you had anything in common, sort of break the ice a little bit easier when you send them a message. So I saw Angela's picture online. I thought she was really pretty, and in my first message I said, you have a really nice smile, and some of our other interests were similar as well. I noticed that we had listed some TV shows that we had in common and things like that. Actually, my username online was a character in a TV show that we both liked, so that was, I think, one of the things that caught her eye right away. So we sent messages back and forth for probably 2 weeks, And then eventually I gave her my BBM name so we could talk on the phone. And she kind of took it upon herself to figure out when we're actually going to meet in person, which was I was kind of nervous to ask her out, so it was kind of good on on her part that she initiated it and said, when are we going to go out? So she said, we should go out in the next couple of weeks, and we went out the following Sunday. I drove out to Mississauga. We had a great day together. It was a little bit awkward at first because, it's somebody that you've only talked to through the computer, basically. But after the first date, we went out again a week after that, and then just kept going from there. And here we are today, and everything's great. We lived about 45 minutes apart. I lived in Ajax. She was in the west end of Mississauga, which is an area I wasn't really familiar with at all. And she wasn't familiar with the east end. So it was challenging trying to go out 45 minutes each way to meet up. Because she was in school and I was working, we couldn't really meet during the week time either. So we just had to cherish the time on the weekends we could spend together and make sure we do a lot of things and go out and do a lot of events and things like that. It's, it is what it is. And when you love somebody, you'll spend that time to drive out there. And at the end of the day, it was worth it. It's a lot easier now. I live in Toronto. We still only get to see each other on the weekends, but we're definitely closer together. And yeah. Yeah, it's perfectly natural for people out there to think it's it's to be skeptical of it. It's a new thing. Not a lot of people have tried it, I don't think. But with the technology today, it's an easier way for people to meet people that are not necessarily in their city, people that are a little bit further away. The person that's right for you might not be in your city, and this is a great way to meet people outside of your normal circle.
I think if we hadn't used the site, then I don't think there was any other way for us to meet because we were so far away that I don't think we would have met each other at like a restaurant or a bar. And I think so without the site, I don't think we would be here.